Hello, collective. Just doing a quick reading for you to hold the line just until I can get some more data. I'm a bit short on data, so I can only do a quick reading for you, seeing as I have to upload it to two or three channels. So I already threw the coins just to speed things up a bit, and the hexagram you got was hexagram 40, which is deliverance. There it is. I will do you a nice long proper reading when I get dated up again. So in a couple of days or so I should be able to acquire some more data to keep these channels ticking over. Surprise, surprise, running 5 channels does take a lot of data. It costs an arm and a leg just about. So I'm having to slow down a little bit. But I'll just do this quick reading to hold you until I feel like we actually need a really long reading, like a 2-hour reading. There's so much going on. Before I actually read this hexagram, I'll just tell you a couple of the flashes I got. I've been getting this one flash for a couple of months now, actually. Every time I go to do readings, I get that song, Cat Stevens song. Not every time, but every other time, let's say. The Cat Stevens song, Moon Shadow. And it's the bit about, if I ever lose my legs, then I won't have to walk no more. And if I lose my voice, I won't have to talk no more or something. And it's something about that sanguine way of dealing with loss. Like to see the upside of any apparent loss. I mean, I've gone through a lot of loss in the last few years myself with the cabal that tried to ruin my life completely in every way possible. I lost a lot, and I just had to. That song kept coming up, but I keep feeling like it's for someone in my collective. But maybe somebody who's too young to have heard that song, possibly, because it's a song my dad used to listen to when I was little. So, something about that for someone, that Moon Shadow song, that sanguine attitude about, well, if you lose this, then at least you won't have to do that. So that was one thing that's been coming up for months, actually. And I have been getting a flash about fertility, about producing children. That's going to be an issue in the future, but it's not exactly in the way that conservatives might tend to think about it. It's to do with women feeling safe enough to conceive. I feel like that there's a lot of pollution, and that there's going to be issues around fertility going forward, but it's not just the physical pollution, it's the psychic pollution. I don't know, I'll have to dig into that in another reading, but I do feel that I just keep getting flashes about if women aren't made to feel safe enough, if they don't feel that they will be supported and their children are going to be supported, that it's safe to have children, then that may be the thing that makes it hard for them to conceive, along with environmental pollutants and stuff like this. It's just the lack of support generally, the feeling that they could be downgraded, become a second-class citizen because they know with child that they get treated as less than. This will put a lot of people off having children, and could actually become an issue in the future. But yeah, there was more to that, so I'll dig into that in another session. I do feel we need a big session. So I'll do that as soon as I get some decent amount of data. So I'll just do this one quickly. You got deliverance, which is a timing hexagram. It's basically like, in the traditional interpretation, it's like there's a thunderstorm building up. And if you've got something to do, you need to go and do it very quickly. And if there's nothing to do, you're better off staying home. We get this particular hexagram, we've had it quite a few times. It seems to be a recurring theme for you. So yeah, there's a timing hexagram today. Some storm is going to break out, and with the storm will bring like a profusion of different energies and events. It's mostly going to be positive, in the sense that it's a drought breaking storm. So, and it will release nitrogen into the air that helps the plant grow. So this is like, could be metaphorical, like an analogy, or it could be literal. So there's a timing thing. If there's something important you need to do, a trip you need to make or whatever, you need to do it quickly. And, you know, if you need to return quickly before the storm breaks. So, it could be an actual 3D storm, or it could be a psychological storm, or a storm of drama or whatever. But the storm brings positive and negative. Like it'll, blow all the dead branches off the tree, literally and metaphorically speaking. But it'll also wet the ground and give the plants the nitrogen and water that they need. Okay, and you got the second moving line. I've got an interpretation here for you. I'll just read out because it's short enough. I'll read from Carol Anthony's first book, which is one of my favourite books in the world. I've had this for 20 years or something. I've read it so much that I've even not only lost the cover, I've lost the introduction and the back page. It's got coffee stains all over it. Anyway, I'll read from this book because it's only a short interpretation. And I love this book, so hopefully it'll communicate to you that feeling. So we've got here, on being delivered from obstructions. So you're about to be delivered from obstructions, but part of the deliverance is this big storm, which you need to get out of the way of, basically. The storm brings positive and negative. Mostly it'll be good, but you need to not be caught out in the storm. Okay, the superior man pardons mistakes and forgives misdeeds. The movement in this hexagram is upward, away from danger. The danger mentioned either involves an outer or an inner situation, one which has been or could be resolved by a change in our attitude. Okay, so there you go. A change in your attitude could help you with something you're having difficulty with. Receiving the hexagram without lines either means that the situation is changing for the better and we need to keep still within so as not to renew the danger, or that we should contemplate any changes we need to make in our attitude to bring about deliverance. The changing lines indicate specific problems with our attitude. For example, the first line counsels us to relinquish any hard feelings we may have and to forgive misdeeds and pardon mistakes. Okay, but you got the second line. You got 9 in the second place, which says, 1 kills 3 foxes in the field. Now, obviously, as vegans, we're not hunting foxes, but they're symbolic foxes. It says, the foxes symbolize ideas which flatter our self-image. They cleverly keep us under their spell because they seem so logical, practical, and well balanced. If we are devoted to delivering ourselves or others from false ideas, our sincerity will cause the flattering and false nature of the ideas to become visible, and we will no longer be subject to their hidden influence. Okay, so we've got the person watching this has got some false ideas about themselves, which are actually getting in the way, even if they're flattering. Okay, so you're flattering yourself in some way, and it's actually getting in the way of seeing clearly or achieving something. The hexagram, after the moving line, it turns back into hexagram 16, which is enthusiasm, which is the one about music, which you got last time, about rallying your forces and all of that. So I guess a time for rallying your forces is approaching. Let's see, I'll get a different interpretation, because that one's not doesn't feel like we've really cracked it in this situation. What have we got here? Calls it release in this book. I'll just read the moving line. The man bags 3 foxes and obtains golden arrows, auspicious if you keep to your course. Your release has come about because someone for whom you performed a service has used his power to place you in a position of responsibility away from the danger that now threatens you. The service you performed in the first place was impulsive and spontaneously selfless. Now you must fulfill your new responsibilities with forethought and careful consideration. Okay, so you've been spotted by somebody for your good qualities, and they've given you an opportunity, a job, a placement, a room to rent, whatever it may be. They've given you an out to a difficult situation because they just saw your character and liked it. Now you need to continue in that conscientiousness with your work. I'll read another interpretation from here because it could apply in a few different ways. So there's a timing thing. There's some work for you to do by the looks of it. That there's some work you need to get done quickly before the storm breaks and then return home. Or if you don't need to do the work, then just stay home. Let's see. I'll read this whole interpretation because it's only very short from the Magical I Ching. This one calls it rescue. One particular direction, literal translation, the southwest, will be of benefit to you. If there is nowhere else you have to go, then coming back will lead to good fortune. If, on the other hand, there is still somewhere you have to go, then go quickly and good fortune will result. The situation is like the break in a drought that comes with a thunderstorm. In the relief that follows, you should pardon mistakes and forgive misdeeds. Okay, so that the cosmos is about to give you a break. You know, if your plants are thirsty, they're about to be watered. You know, if your wallet is empty, soon it shall be refilled. Whatever it is, whatever your situation is that needs release, or rescue or relief, you're about to get that. You've just got a little bit of time that you quickly need to do some work. If you've got work to do, there's this quick window of opportunity to do it in before the storm breaks. If not, just stay under shelter. Okay, so in this interpretation, the second line says, Old Yang, you have an opportunity to best more than one cunning rival and receive recognition and reward for doing so. Persevere and you will achieve good fortune. Okay, I think just cross-referencing the two different interpretations, maybe being clear about your abilities, being realistic about what you can and can't do might help you to beat these cunning rivals. Like, you have to be honest about what you can and can't do and play to your strengths. Let's just say it that way. And if there's something you don't know how to do or you can't manage or whatever, maybe be honest about that and get the help that you need. Because there was that line before about self-images, flattering self-images getting in the way of you actually achieving something. So maybe you think you're more capable than you are about something, and if you just admit that you need to polish up a bit, you'll get the results that you need rather than just bumbling your way through it. That's an example. Okay, I'll just do a quick shuffleophagus with some cards for clarification. We'll try and keep this short. Okay, so yeah, the second hexagram is the music hexagram, which you got last time, about rallying your forces, about whistling while you work, about getting on with it, about harmony, enthusiasm, small groups of people singing off the same hymn sheet, working together, happy working together on a wholesome project. And it can be just you, but the point is to do what makes you feel enthusiastic, that fills you with the love of God or the love of life. And that will attract the energy and help and company that you need. All right. So we'll just do a few cards just to get a bit more colour and flavour, and we'll click off. All right. 4 card spread, please. Okay. Basic flavour is support. Your life purpose fully supports you. Okay, so yeah. The universe supports you in doing this job if you've got a quick job you need to do before the storm breaks. That storm can be an emotional storm too. It can be a psychic storm. It can be an actual physical storm. It can be any kind of a storm, but there's going to be a cacophony of some sort. That will be very brief, but you just need to get in and out before it happens. It could be a world event even, potentially, but most likely it's just personal to you. Often it really is just the weather. Possible block. Okay, so the possible challenge is something to do with trusting your feelings and dreams. And okay, so you're going to have to trust your intuition a bit more and be careful who you trust. So just check in with God, check in with the sage, check in with your ancestors, your guides. You can flip coins even to clarify if you need to be sure about whether you can trust a situation, a person or whatever. But it's telling you to trust yourself most of all. You need to have more trust in your own gut feelings. Helpers, guidance. Abundance. Okay, so the abundance is coming your way. All right, so I'm getting, partly because of the hexagram that this comes with, that this is like there's a release of good energy, resources, whatever it is that you need is about to be released to you. You've just got a little bit of work to do in preparation. So say, for example, if you're living in the bush, you go and put all your buckets out to collect the water. You bring your clothes off the line if it's about to rain. It's that kind of a thing. But, obviously if you're running a big business or something like that, then you have to reinterpret it to your situation. But the storm's about to break. If there's some job you need to do before the storm breaks, do it now. If not, then take shelter. The storm that's breaking will bring a bit of a mess, but will also bring you some abundance. It's going to stir up the air. It's going to shake things up a bit, but abundance will be what you get from it. So it's the storm's coming to nourish you, but you don't want to get caught in the middle of it, kind of thing. All right, outcome. Listen to your true feelings again. Okay, so it's just telling you to trust yourself. The universe supports you, right? What you need is about to be released to you. I'm just going to pull a few more cards just for a bit more colour and clarity. So this is all very positive, my friends. And, after this storm breaks, it's encouraging you to do more music, more of what makes you enthusiastic and feeling connected to God as you understand God. However that is, God of your understanding. because the enthusiasm is being filled with the light of God. So do whatever it is that makes you filled with the light of God. And that's going to bring you abundance. And it's going to bring you a handful of people you can trust. But there's a very strong thing in this reading to trust your gut. It comes up twice here today. So maybe that's a timing thing, or maybe it's about who to trust or what to do. But whatever it is, it's doubly telling you to trust your feelings. It's a double message about that today. Okay. So you're getting support from the universe. Just pulling more cards to get more clues. What's this trust issue on the blocked bit? Twin flames themselves contain... Oh, okay. So there's something about maybe your twin flame is... maybe just triggering you a little bit is what I'm getting. Maybe, bringing your stuff up a little bit because they're reflecting some part of you that's unacknowledged within yourself, maybe. Maybe to trust the process a bit more. Of course, you have to trust your feelings about all of this. That's what it's saying. Trust your feelings about your twin flame. It says twin flames themselves contain an aspect of each other's personality. So maybe there's something in your twin flame that's a reflection of you that you're not seeing. Okay. In regards to the abundance, the support that the universe is bringing through, okay, so it says confusion. All seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. So I'd say that's just the storm. The storm that's bringing your abundance is going to bring a bit of confusion, a bit of wily winds or whatever. It's just going to shake things up a little bit. But that's how your abundance is being delivered to you. On the outcome... trust. Okay, and the trust comes on listen to your true feelings. So you've got 3 things here about trusting your own feelings. Which one of you is not trusting your own feelings? Because that's a very strong message. And it's somehow related to your relationship with your twin flame. Maybe they're just mirroring something to you that's a bit tricky to see or something. Alright, I'll leave that open. But there's 3 messages here to trust your true feelings. So that could be a timing thing or about the thing that you need to do before the storm breaks. But whatever it is, my dear collective, you have 3 confirmations here to listen to your feelings and to trust them. You can trust your own intuition. Alright? If you're still not sure, throw some coins. Get your 3 coins. Heads is yes, tails is no. Ask a question. You might need to even reframe the question if you're not getting a clear answer or an answer that makes sense to you. Maybe you need to reframe the question. But if you're still feeling unsure about something, you can ask the sage through the coins. 3 yeses is a strong yes. 3 heads is a strong yes. 3 tails is a strong no. So you can always check in with the sage and the coins. And if you're not getting a clear answer or the answer doesn't make sense, try reframing the question. But basically, this is all positive for you, my dear collective. It's all positive. Trust your feelings. It seems that you can trust your twin flame here and trust your own feelings. Whatever's going on with your twin flame, they might be just mirroring something that's unacknowledged within yourself. And don't worry about the money thing. The universe is about to provide, or whatever it is that you need, whether it's water for your garden or ideas or money, whatever it is, the universe is bringing a storm that's going to shake things up a bit, but the result will be that you're provided for. So it could be a little bit messy, but it's all working out. It's all going to be beautiful. So whatever you need to do before the storm breaks, go for it. Other than that, it's all going to be good. My dear collective, don't panic. It's all fine. Keep playing the music after the storm breaks. Keep doing what makes you enthusiastic, what makes you filled with love and light and God, because that is taking you in the right direction. Trust it. Trust yourself. That's the main message. Abundance is about to come to you, and trust yourself. Have a lovely day, my dear collective.